Learning Center at tayo ay nandito ngayon sa ating klase, sa ating klase na tinatawag nating Kamalayan Learning Alternative Success System. Now the thing here is I am not sure why I am still dark here, but I know I am already live and I can see myself. Yeah, there, okay, there. Magandang kamalayan ulit. Ako po si Tato Malay at sandali, papalit lang ako ng salamin ko dahil hindi ko kayo nakikita. Yan, okay. Yan. At tayo ay live na live dito sa YouTube at nais ko sanang mabigyan kayo ng panibagong, I would say, platform, no? Kasi live streaming tayo and dito nga ay ginagawa natin ngayon ng isang bagay for the first time. Although I tested this yesterday, I'm just not sure as to whether itong ating ginagawa ngayon ay napapanood ng aking mga estudyante. Alright, so let's put it this way. Bababaan ko itong aking so that lalayo ako konti. Ayan. Ayan, okay. So, at least, masyado akong masyadong, yan. Ayan, masyado kasing mataas yung head, hindi, bababa yung headroom ko. Alright. But anyway, I am just going to check whether I can be seen by my friends now. Pasensya na muna kayo at ako ay first time dito sa ating YouTube channel at gusto ko malaman kung umaandar na nga tayo kasi hindi ko nakikita yung mga nangyayari, no? Like for example, 137, I don't know if I am already really being able to conduct my video na tama, na kung saan ay kasi walang movement yung 159. Alright. So basically umaandar na tayo. 2 minutes na tayo. Alright. So gusto ko lang malaman kung paano ako dito, ha? I will join first my program sa phone ko so I can share it sa ating YouTube channel, sa Facebook. Kung sakaling kailangan pa natin i-share sa Facebook. Pero nandoon kasi ang karamihan. Uy, yeah, you're on. So, I'd like to know, okay, I'd like to share this. Sana. Paano ba i-share to? Ayan, paano to? Alright, so, pasensya na muna kayo. At nakita ko na siya. It's on live. Yan, share. Share. Alright, share publicly as Tato Malay. So how do we share it now to other? Alright. Paano ba ito? Okay. Pasensya na kayo. Share. Alright. Yun. There you go. Ayun, bakit? Yan. Ayan, okay. On YouTube, alright. Sandali test natin so that next time ay talagang ako na tayo. Alright, so we're live. So we will now go to Facebook para lang makita natin na tayo nga ay napapanood na ng ating mga kamalay. There you are. So, yan. Papanood ba ninyo ako sa Facebook na? I'm there. So I hope you are now able to watch me. Okay. Alright, so ano na tayo? Talagang ano tawag dito? Wala na tayong dapat pang anuhin, pag-aksayahan ng panahon in terms of pag-share. Okay, I will just share it once. And now, let's go to our main topic for today. And dito nga sa ating ginagawa, we had started actually teaching people as to how to awaken. Kasi ang importante ngayon ay magising na talaga ang mga tao sa nangyayari sa ngayong takbo ng panahon, no? At ito ay may kinalaman talaga sa ito nga ang nakikita natin na pandemic crisis. But the thing here is, ang tanong ano ba talaga ang kailangan nating gawin sa ganitong klaseng panahon? Dahil nakikita natin tumigil nga ang takbo ng mga institusyon, mga establishmento. Gano'n ba? Tama ba sa Tagalog yan? Mga establishments, mga companies, schools, but school hopefully mag-start na raw on August 24. So let's see. Tingnan natin ang kailangan natin matutunan sa anong klaseng kailangan nating gawin para magsimula uli. Kasi alright, we are now rebooting, sabi nga. We are now restarting everything. So ang tanong dyan is, ano ang kailangan natin gawin? Ano ang nakikita nating mangyayari? Kasi many people are asking me, okay, you want us to wake up for what? As to what will we expect? Well, ganito na yan eh. Wala na tayong babalikan. What I'm trying to now tell you now here is the fact that we are not getting back or going back anymore to what we were doing in the past. Tapos na yan. Somehow, somebody did it for us, not God, because God actually gave us a free will. We were the ones who actually make it happen, no? Or rather made it happen in terms of what we are now experiencing. So ang tanong dyan is, kung tayo ang may kagagawan nito, bakit natin na-attract ito? Bakit natin na-create? Ano ang ginawa natin? Kasi nga, siguro, kung talagang titignan natin ang nangyari, sinira natin lahat ng maganda. We were actually doing a lot of things, not because we wanted them or we wanted to do those things, but because we were doing a lot of things for the wrong reasons. Hindi natin, corporations, na hindi naman sila masaya. Hindi naman pala sila enjoy doon sa trabaho nila, pero tinanggap nila. And many of these people, really, after so many years, they realized na, well, ang hirap ng buhay. Imbes na gumanda ang takbo ng buhay nila, imbes na dumami ang pera nila, imbes na magkaroon sila ng mas magandang mga experiences, para bang they became more miserable. They were kind of disappointed, frustrated with what was going on. And so, eventually, it came to a halt. So, tayo ang may kagagawan yan. So, ang tanong ngayon dyan is, alright, so where are we going now? Alright, bakit nangyari yon? Yung ganong klaseng experiences o ganong klaseng pangyayari. Dahil tayo ay natutulog. Tayo ay tulog. Tayo tulog sa katotohanan. Ano ang katotohanan? Well, let's put it this way. We don't know exactly why we are here on earth in the first place. Many of us, they actually regret why they were born. When in fact, sa totoo lang, if you know who you are, you actually know why you are here in this world. So, tingnan natin kung may nanonood sa atin dito ngayon. At mukhang feedback sa Facebook ng mga ating tagapakinig. Samantalang dati, umpisa pa lang, Marami nang nag-react. Oy, okay. I'd like to say hi to Vanamor Olorok and to Lolita Villanueva Gibbon. They're actually watching now in Kamalayan. Feel good with Tato. All right. So continue watching, and tayo ay talagang maganda ang ating mga nakahandang pag-usapan dito. But anyway, so ang tanong dyan is bakit dito sa aking wall wala nanonood? Why are they not watching me from my wall? In fact, I have to siguro share it to everything that I am now into. Sandali lang po, para lang, ano na nga ito, marami nang mag-react. Kasi doon sa kong main, walang nanonood. So, bakit ganon? Kaya samantalang dati, ang dami na kagad doon sa aking wall. But anyway, so, give me just 1 minute. Ito na yan. Asa na siya? Alright. Okay, isa na lang. Alright, Kamalayan movement. Okay. Alright, isa na lang at tatakbo na tayo ng gusto. Wala na akong gagawin pang interruption. Alright, so yan. Live on YouTube. Yan, nakalagay dyan. Okay, so okay, may marami nakikinig sa akin sa sa Kamalayan Feel Good. So doon na ako pupunta para makita ko kung sino may mga nagla-like sa akin. Alright, so ang tanong dyan is, ano ba talaga ang intention natin dito sa ating mundo? May intention ba tayo na mabuhay ng maayos? O hindi natin alam kung ano talaga ang mga bagay na kailangan nating gawin? Kasi if we don't know what we are supposed to be doing, wala lang tayo. We are just floating. We are just moving without any direction. No? So ang tanong dyan is, ano ba talaga ang kailangan natin matutunan o malaman about ourselves? So do we know who we are? That's the first thing. Before you can awaken, before you can say that you are already awakened, ang tanong dyan is, do you know who you are? So, eto na ngayon. Dati, palagi sinasabi, kailangan malaman natin muna kung sino tayo. Why? Because hindi natin alam kung ano magpapasaya sa atin kung hindi natin alam kung sino tayo. So, given na yun, I will not talk much about that. I've discussed that a lot of times in my other videos. All right, so next one is, okay, if we know who we are already, do we know what will make us happy? Yun ang importanteng tanong. If you know what will make you happy, alam mo na kung ano yung mga gusto mo mangyari. Alam mo na yung mga desires mo. Alam mo na yung mga magagandang bagay na gusto mong makuha at ma-experience. All right. So ito lang ngayon ang kwan. So how can we now create and experience a new life in this new earth that we are now living in? Actually, it's not a new earth. It's the same earth. But we are now creating a new way of life. In dati nating way of life, ito na yung ating, kumbaga, inililibing. Dahil dumating ito sa buhay natin, na kung saan ay para bang ang nangyayari ay nagkakaroon na tayo ng mga, anong tawag dito? Mga, tawag dito, regret, or regret, frustrations, disappointments, kung saan ay para bang yung paglamatayan ka, yun, grief. We are grieving our old way of life dahil nawala siya sa buhay natin. Alright, so kumbaga, let's move on. At kaya itong programa ito, itong klase na ito. And so, ito ang aking ngayon gustong pag-usapan dito. Alright, so, going back, how can we create a new life in this earth? A new experience? At ang tanong dyan is, what are we really now going to be happy with in terms of what we want? Kasi pag maghahanap ka na ng trabaho ngayon, hindi mo na pwede sabihin yung dati mong trabaho na ayaw mo pala. So if we are now able to make a choice, what is that choice that you are going to make? Or better now, if everything is happening online at wala ka nang babalikan, what are you going to do now online? What will make you happy? What do you think are your assets, your strengths para magamit niya? Alright. Now, the thing is, I will read something here. No? We are supposed to experience and demonstrate the kind of life which is physical life. Kasi we have a body. Remember, we are spiritual beings having a human experience. But more important, in this earth, we have a body. And so, ang tanong dyan is, with this body, what are we now supposed to experience? Kasi marami sa atin, hindi alam bakit tayo nagkaroon ng katawan at akala natin ay para bang itong katawan natin ay just a piece of parang garment na suot-suot lang natin. But in fact, this is the most powerful thing that we have right now in this world because without a body, without a physical body, you cannot do much in this earth, in this world. Kaya importante malaman natin para saan ba itong katawan natin. So this is now where we are now going to see ano ang kailangan ma-feel natin sa katawan natin, paano natin gagamitin ito sa trabaho natin, sa ating pakikitungo sa ibang tao. Ano ang paggamit? Ano ang talagang tamang paggamit ng ating katawan? Yan ang tanong. Kasi marami sa atin hindi alam eh. And many of us are destroying our body. How? By, slow poison. Poisoning ourselves slowly. By, not taking care of our health, no? Yung ating kalusugan. Kadalasan ay ating napapabayaan. The kind of food that we eat. Yung mga kinakain natin na hindi tama in terms of kung nakakasama or mas makakabuti sa ating kalusugan. So, ang dami natin ginagawa sa ating katawan. And iba, we take drugs. So, talaga sinisira natin ang ating kaisipan, ang ating kalagayan, ang ating yung ating utak para magamit ng tama sa pag-iisip. So, we drink alcohol. Well, sabi nga, hindi naman daw masama ang alcohol. Pero kung ikaw ay umiinom ng sobra, ay masama yan. So, ang tanong dyan is, what are we now going to really do with our body? Yan ang importante natin kailangan makita, matugunan. Alright, so, ang tanong ngayon dyan is, ano ang intention natin ngayon? Saan na tayo papunta? Kailangan may intention ka na eh. Because wala ka pa intention kung anong gagawin mo, wala mangyayari. Yan ang importante ngayon na malaman natin. Because, katulad ko na lang, ako, ang intention ko sa buhay ko ngayon, ginagawa ako itong Kamalayan, but not because I want to be a leader of a movement. No, that's not exactly my reason for actually creating this. As a matter of fact, I don't think I am creating a following. No, I'm just a leader of one. If ever I'm a leader, ako lang. I'm just leading myself. So ako lang talaga ang nililid ko dito. But because I am leading myself, I'm showing myself as an example. Na kung saan ay kung magagaya ninyo, ang ginagawa ko, mabuti. Maraming salamat. Pero kung hindi, okay rin doon. So, this is what I am trying to do. I'm not trying to save the earth. I'm not trying to save other people. I'm just actually trying to, maybe, I have a purpose. I want to awaken. Ginigising ko ang aking mga kasama. Kasi, hindi na pwede nating gawin uli itong nangyari na ginawa natin sa nakaraan dahil dumaan ang panahon na tutulog tayo, ito ang nangyari sa atin. tumigil. So, kailangan natin na maisip ay magising tayo sa katotohanan. Sino ba tayo? At ano talaga ang ating layunin dito sa ating bagong tinatahak na mundo. So, yan ang importante pag-usapan. Alright, so, ang aking talagang gustong i-emphasize dito is since we are spiritual beings, we are actually connected with the source, with God, with the one. Kung ano man yung tawag nyo, whatever. Pare-pareho tayong may sariling Diyos, kung ano man yung Diyos sa ating, ano man yung pagtingin natin sa ating Diyos, kanya-kanya yan. But as I've said, isa lang talaga yung Diyos na yan. Iba-iba lang ang nagiging parang pakikitungo natin. So, well, I would just like also to talk about again something that I have been actually sharing. Like I had been always been talking about reincarnation. All right. So, ang tanong is, okay, bakit wala na akong boses? Bakit parang natidinig niyo ako? Ayan. Bakit wala na akong ayan, okay. Nandiyan pala ako. Akala ko wala na akong boses. Alright, so, nandiyan pa ako. Ang tanong is, bakit wala nag-react? Yun ang aking pinagtatakahan. Walang nagkakaroon ng fun. So, yeah, siguro nga, since I am using a new platform, hindi sila makapasok or whatever. But again, it's supposed to be something na ano ko naman, no? So you can actually join me in YouTube if you want to see me as well. Pero as I've said now, if you are not able to, ayan, maingay. Kung hindi nyo ako talaga masundan ng katulad dati, alright, I will just continue with what I'm doing now, with what I had prepared. Later on na lang ako mag-adjust. So as I've said, we had reincarnated. And somehow a lot of other kababayans of ours cannot accept that kind of a concept of reincarnation. But okay lang yan. So, ang tanong dyan is, what do we do now with ourselves being born again into this world? Ito na yun. And since we are now going to live a new life, we have to understand that we came here because of one thing. Because you decided to do something. And what is that? Kasi sa reincarnation, bumabalik lang ang isang soul o isang tao, isang soul, mag-assume ng isang body, because that soul wants to experience something, wants to do something, wants to actually learn something. All right, so, and what is that? Okay, ang question is, siguro, para lang ma-experience uli ang mga hindi niya na-experience in a past life. Yun We came here already in several past lives. We were already living in the same world. Kaya lang, we were not the same person. We assumed different bodies. We were a woman, a man, an Asian, a Caucasian. Iba-iba ang naging lahi natin. And somehow parang as we continue reincarnating, that means we want to experience more. Yan ang purpose natin talaga ngayon. And so ngayon, sa ating kinalalagyan ngayon, anong kailangan natin malaman? What are the truths that we have now to really learn? Because many of the things that we actually had experienced in the past, para bang tulog na tayo Somehow parang we were just flowing with what was going on, and we were not able to really take control of our lives. But now, at na yung panahon na siguro pag ginising na tayo o gising na kayo, na masasabi na natin na talagang lahat tayo ngayon ay magiging ganap na marunong gagawa o gagawin ang gustong mangyari sa panahon na ngayon. So, okay. We have to actually change a lot of things that we have been doing or the beliefs that we had before. That's one thing that we are now supposed to be actually be looking at. Ano itong mga beliefs na ito? Kasi itong mga yung mga paniniwala natin, yung mga beliefs natin in the past, these are the things that brought us to where we are now. At kung sasabihin nyo, bakit dito sa pandemya tayo napunta? Ngayon na nga. Ano yung mga paniniwala mo? Bakit ka ngayon nandyan? Bakit tayo nandito? So this is something that we really now have to actually learn. So we are now going to talk about what to change in our belief system. All right. So, ang tanong, sigurado na ba kayo doon sa mga paniniwala nyo na gusto niyan? O baka naman kung isa-isahin natin yan, makikita ninyo na marami pala dyan na hindi pala talaga nakakatulong sa inyo. So we have now to change our beliefs. Now, marami sa atin, ang inisip natin ay, kasi kung ano yung dumaan sa aking kultura, ano yung tradisyon, ano yung mga nakagisnan ko na kinalakihan ko na, yun ang paniniwala ko. Dahil, yun na nga, wala naman akong dapat baguhin dyan dahil it is really in place at this point in time. Nandyan siya. Ang tanong nga dyan is, lahat ng mga paniniwala natin ngayon tungkol sa ating mga nalalaman sa kultura natin, nakakatulong ba sa atin? O baka naman hindi. Kung nakakatulong yan, bakit tayo nandito sa pandemic crisis? So merong sigurong kailangan natin maintindihan kung bakit tayo ay imbis na maganda ang naging buhay, parang nagkakaroon tayo ngayon ng problema. Resulta ito ng mga paniniwala natin. So kailangan natin isa-isahin ng mga paniniwala natin in the past to be able to change whatever. At yun na nga. Ito nga marami sa atin, maraming buhay na may ang tawag dito in conflict sa ibang tao, sa pamahalaan, sa mga nangyayari sa ating kinalalagyan ngayon. No? So ang tanong dyan is, bakit tayo ngayon in this kind of a society na kung saan ay parabang sasabi natin, naghahanap na ang criminality, naghahanap na ang violence, at gone. Well, that is basically a result of all the things that I'm actually discussing here. No? So, yun na nga, we are now really now seeing some, I would say, images of the future in terms of who we are supposed to be, how we are supposed to be living in a new world, a new life. And we cannot have that new life unless we evolve into a higher level of consciousness. So dito ko na ngayon pinapasok ang Kamalayan. We have to now be able to really now see ourselves in a new level, in a new, I would say, environment. No? Hindi na yung dating kung ano na yung nakagawian natin. We are now really going to talk about being on a higher level. So we are going to evolve now to a higher, sabi nga natin, yung maging HEB, o higher evolved being. Ang tanong dyan is, how do we evolve into a higher evolved being? Well, let's check out our beliefs. No? So, ang sabi nga natin dito, marami sa ating mga beliefs ay may kinalaman sa being violent. Saan ba nanggaling ang violence na yan? Bakit nagkakaganyan-ganyan tayo? Nagpapatayan, nagkakasakitan. And this is brought about by, okay, ito nga sa ginagawa nating kuwan, we had regarded our concept of violence. Like for example, ginagamit natin siya sa self-defense. Di ba may martial arts tayo? To keep us from harm, we also learn how to defend ourselves from that kind of a violent thing that might happen to us. No? So we actually say it's for self-defense. Saan pa natin ginagamit ang violence sa ano natin? Of course, sa sports, sa boxing, sa wrestling, sa mga mga bagong actually mas grabe pa ito sa boxing kasi wala nang talagang ginagamit nila yung bare fists nila. At talaga pag nagkasakitan yan, masakit pag tumama sa katawan. So, ang nangyari dyan is, bakit natin gustong makasakit? Bakit natin sinasaktan ng kapwa? Bakit natin gustong, mapatay o makasakit? And so, this is exactly what brought us into this kind of a doing this because of our beliefs. Well, ginawa na natin din entertainment itong ganitong klaseng mga violence na nakikita natin sa mga action movies. Mga patayan, barilan, saksakan, sampalan, mga habulan, mga talagang grabe, ang mga hitting the other person or other people para lang to conquer them or for self-defense. So, ang tanong dyan is, tama ba yan? So, we had actually, para bang tinanggap natin yan, no? Kumbaga parang sinabi natin, normal na yan eh. Bakit natin babaguhin yan? Actually, yan ang talagang makikita nating nakakasira sa ating buhay ngayon. And this is now something that we have to change in us. Our beliefs when it comes to violence. Ang tanonganin naman nila bakit naman nangyari yan? Saan ba galing yan? Alright. You will be surprised. I will actually share with you something here that I actually read in the book of Neil Donald Walsh, book 4 niya. And he talked about how these things, evolve. I mean, actually, saan ang galing ito at kung paano naging bahagi ng buhay natin ito. And it all started from the word separation. Separation from what? And, sabi nga ni Neil sa book, sabi ni God, kasi God was actually dictating some messages to Neil Donald Walsh during that particular time he was channeling God, no? Kasi nga, title ng book is Conversations with God, no? So basically, he was having a conversation with God, and God was talking to him, and he was asking questions, and God was answering. And these were the answers he was getting from God. So, ang talong dyan is, saan galing yung violence? And sabi nga, if you want to eliminate violence, you simply move away from humanity's present belief. Humanity's present deep belief in separation. Because that word separation, or separated from which other, separated from whatever. Ito, explain ko sa inyo itong dictate sa book na yun. And napakaganda. Pag naintindihan natin to, this can really become the start of what we can do to make our life become more beautiful, peaceful, and more harmonious in this world that we are now creating. So, all right. Separation is the word. It all started from what is called separation theology. What is separation theology? It is the belief that we are separated from God. God is up there in the heavens and we are down here. So yan ang separation theology. So we had established that belief through that particular theology, which is called separation theology. Now, masama ba yan? Sabi ng iba, totoo naman, hiwalay ang Diyos sa atin eh. Well, sinabi na nga ni Jesus that God is not separated from us because God, the kingdom of God is at hand. Kingdom of God is in this world already. Ang tanong ng mga apostolos sa kanya, where is it? Saan? Sabi ni God, sabi ni Jesus, within. It's inside us. It's at hand. It's in everywhere. But more so, it is within us. That's why our body is called the temple of God. Okay? So how can you now still say you are separated from God? But anyway, because of that separation theology, what that separation theology produced was another kind of separation. Ano naman itong separation na ito? It produced a separation cosmology. Ano yung separation cosmology? That we are all separated from each other. We are separated from animals. We are separated from plants. We are separated from the stars, the sun, the universe, and from God, basically, and from each other. So yun ang separation cosmology. Everything around us, everything in nature, we are separated from. So, ano ginawa natin? Di pinagpapatay natin ang mga wildlife, ang mga animals, ginawa natin pagkain. Ano pa? Sinira natin yung mga puno. Kasi sabi natin, wala yan. Wala namang silbi yan eh. Sirain natin yan. Gamitin natin yan para mapakinabangan natin yan. So, hindi natin nakita yung oneness natin doon. But anyway, so that was what separation theology produced. Separation cosmology. So we are all separated from everything, from everyone, from every living creature, and from everything dead or alive. We're separated. And so what brought about again that, ano nangyari since we are now talking about separation cosmology? It produced another kind of separation. And this is called separation psychology. Separation psychology. That our behavior, I mean, ito nga, it actually influenced our way of thinking, our way of behaving. So, nagkanya-kanya na tayo ngayon, ang ginawa na natin, para bang inisip natin na there are other people out there, other beings or other animals who are actually going to attack us. And so parang we have to defend ourselves. And so parang we made walls, we actually put up barriers around us. And somehow parang we created that kind of a, well, it's not exactly a cocoon, but parang sinarado natin ang mga bagay-bagay sa buhay natin. So that is what we call now separation psychology. So, ano nangyari after separation psychology? What did separation psychology produce now? It produced what we call now separation pathology. Ano naman ito, separation pathology? Ito nga, actually, since we have now, we're thinking negatively about ourselves because we're separated nga from God. Marami tayong fears na in-inculcate sa ating kamalayan, sa ating kaisipan. So this separation pathology now is now creating for us this mga negative behaviors in terms of now we are destroying ourselves and sa self-destruct tayo. Ha? We are doing things to ourselves that can harm us. Ha? At dito natin nakikita ngayon kung paano natin ginagawang miserable ang buhay natin. Dito natin nakita ngayon ang mga suffering, ang mga pasakit, yung mga struggles natin, mga yung mga naging sakit natin due to mga sama ng loob. All these things now had been created by that separation pathology. So nakita natin how these things actually created our world. And this is now what is going on with our lives. And so ang tanong dyan is, ito ba yung gusto natin i-continue? Itong separation na ito. Ha? So baka naman, kailangan na natin baguhin to. Ha? Kasi nga, ito na nga, yung separation na yun. Ha? Actually, kaya na nga natin patayin ang sarili natin with our own hands. So, we don't need other people to kill us. Tayo na lang mismo, sinisira na natin ang buhay natin. Now, we can actually die by just thinking about the worst things in our life, and somehow we attract all these diseases. And eto na nga, what have we attracted of late? This pandemic, this COVID-19, eto na yun. All these negative things, negative consciousness, collective consciousness, had created this pandemic crisis. And this is what I am now trying to explain to all of you. That's why we need to change our beliefs. We need now to be able to create, instead of a negative collective consciousness, we have now to create a positive collective consciousness. Collective, kailangan marami, sabay-sabay, sama-sama. Hindi pwedeng mag-isa lang ako. And nung ko pa sinasabi ito, 20 years ago, I had been talking about this already and nobody wants to join me. And somehow, parang ang tanong is, bakit ganun kayo? Ano ang nangyayari sa mga, I would say, yung inyong kinalalagyan in terms of what you are experiencing. So, siguro ngayon, ay kailangan ninyong makita na ngayon ang mga bagay na tama. So, eto na. We had created this kind of a separation from everything. More so, that separation from God. So now we have to create now this oneness. Oneness theology. We are supposed to now be able to understand that we are one with God. We are one with everything, with practically everyone. We are one with everyone. So, hindi na pwede yung separated pa rin tayo. We have to have harmony with everything from now on. So, ang tanong dyan is, bakit pa natin hihintayin ang ilang taon na naman para lang ma-realize natin na ito pala kailangan ng ginagawa natin sa buhay natin. So, we have now to create this oneness theology. We have now to change from separation theology to oneness theology so that the oneness theology will create a oneness cosmology, a oneness psychology, a oneness pathology, and then, eto na, makita natin yung magandang mangyayari na sa buhay natin. So, I will not stay long. I have a lot of things left to discuss, but mabigat itong aking pinag-usapan ngayon, and somehow, alright, so, meron akong may feedback ako dito, welcome. So, okay, meron akong nakukuha mga kwan dito. Benji Puno, the direct proof that God is in us, His life, the life in that God. All right, so Benji Puno also said they emphasized separation then they established upon themselves to be the intermediary or the priesthood. Yan na nga, between God and man. Yan na nga, parang bang sinabi na kami ang mag-lead sa inyo so that you can go to God. You have to go through us first and then, yun ang sinasabi ko nga eh. I am not here to lead you. I am not here to actually save you. I am here to just, explain to you what's going on. And it's all, it's you who can do something for yourselves. You don't need other people. You don't even need me later on. After hearing me talk this way, you can just, go on with what you want to do now. Sabi nga uli ni Benji Puno, the life in me is the life of God. Therefore, God is in me, in His life, in my life. That's true. Thank you, Benji, for sharing all these things. I'm glad that somebody from YouTube is able to watch us. Akala ko kasi wala tayong nakakapanood dito sa ating broadcast dito sa ating live streaming sa YouTube, no? And somehow, okay, now, ang tanong is, do you still have questions or tama na tayo for today? Because itong ating pinag-uusapan talaga ay napakahalagang importanteng ulit-ulit, no? Kasi hindi pwede ito minsanan lang. 'Di ba? Kadalasan naman sa simbahan tayo, magsisimba, we hear the same gospels for the past 20, 30 years. So, lumaki na tayo, kinaglaki natin. It's the same thing that we hear every time we go to church. So, ang tanong dyan is, are we now going to do what we're supposed to be doing? Well, I hope. So with that, I'd like to say maraming salamat, especially to Benji Puno, no, who had been sharing some things with us. And of course, also to those who actually liked us. So Albert Padlan, Albert is watching us, and Lolita Villanueva Gibbon, and Van Amor Olorok. Maraming salamat sa inyo sa aking pagsama sa ating klase ngayon. So, hindi natin nakasama yung iba, pero later on, as we go along, they will now be able to adjust to our YouTube. Please like my YouTube channel, subscribe. Kailangan ko yung subscribe, pag-subscribe nyo, yung subscription nyo. Kasi I can do more things in YouTube, no? Kasi I can reach out to a bigger market of people. So sana ay you share my YouTube channel to your friends as well. So with that, I'd like to say maraming salamat sa inyong lahat. Magandang Kamalayan.